have been involved in educational robotics for the last 20 years or so. And like many of the younger students here, you might have heard robotics programs like FIRST Robotics or VEX Robotics. It's a great way to start. I actually started in FIRST Robotics in high school. And from there, I learned a lot from mentors and working directly on robots and how we would use programming to make those robots do different things. And from there, I just continued to learn as much as I can and help others as mentoring in those programs and working with students directly. And I think sometimes when you're starting out, you're not really sure where you want to start, but you like robots, right? Or you like cybersecurity or the concept of it. And I think when we talk about all these terms here today, it can get a little overwhelming. But the important thing to realize is that we do have things like programming, which is universal for all of these topics that we're talking about. So learning computer science concepts, the fundamentals, CS principles is the first course that most high school students take. And then from there, you just keep going. Learn as much programming as you can, and then eventually it'll tie into things like robotics. It'll tie into artificial intelligence, machine learning. So a lot of terms being thrown around here today. Don't get overwhelmed. Kind of think about where you want to start, and we'll be happy to take questions on how to get started on that journey.
Thank you, Andrew. That's a great segue of what I was going to say next. And by the way, in the fall, we will be hosting a robotics competition. Thanks to Andrew. We just talked about it, so you heard it first. So with that said, the next segue is really that question: how can students get into it, right? Get their feet wet. What are maybe some free tools? What are maybe some paid tools? But what does that trajectory look like for you? And we'll start with Dr.